Wednesday, the 3rd of December 2025. We're here again, another opportunity to go through the markets and enjoy moments of breakthrough as much as the market can offer. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's live stream. Hopefully we get another opportunity to enjoy moments of breakthrough in the market as we see a rebound of trading activities in the market. As usual, we'll be going through the live stream. Let's be reminded, this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. Investing in the stock market requires patience and a deliberate strategy to pick in your stocks. And that is what we try to do here, following activities in the market and, of course, deciding what best decisions to make as time permits. Thank you very much for joining from wherever you are. You are live with Wealth Coach Omiete, and today we intend to again see what happened as far as yesterday's trading activities is concerned. This is Net Worth Investors Club, by the way. Our daily live stream activities here for the next 2 hours. We'll be looking for investment opportunities and aligning our portfolios to what is acceptably obtainable in the markets. Thank you very much for joining from wherever you are. You know how we do it. Just go ahead and like, share, and keep the on-screen actions alive and going well. That way we can always surely eventually get to get more people involved, and in the process continue to enjoy a great deal of our plans to always find a way to get more people out of the financial rat race. You can't keep working all the days of your life only to end up in your older years struggling for money again. I mean, this is not what they teach you in school. You've got to develop yourself in one way or the other to master money and make money work for you. After all the skill acquired, when you make money, you should now send that money on an errand to look after you the rest of your life. That's what life is all about, and that's how life is meant to be. And not for you to still keep struggling for money towards the later years of your existence. Thank you very much. We are on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I really appreciate you for joining from wherever you are. Go ahead and keep sharing on all platforms, and let's keep going together. Together we make a great movement of multi-millionaires and billionaires as God would help us in the course of our existence. All right, so we go ahead and proceed with comments. But first, you know how we do it. Let's go on to activities as it panned out yesterday. The nation's stock exchange yesterday, Tuesday, December 2nd, 2025, reversed its previous losses as the NGX All-Share Index increased by 1.2% to 144,928.36 points, and market capitalization increased by 1.41% to settle at 92.38 trillion naira. Consequently, the year-to-date return of the Nigerian stock market is now at 40.81% from 39.14% on Monday. This settlement was influenced by buying interest in Dangote Cement, NCR, and International Brewery. Okay, and then of course it offset the losses in Ikeja Hotels, Legend Internet, and Living Trust. However, market activity was mixed, with the transaction volume decreasing by 58.65% and value increasing by 112.64%. What this means is that you should start seeing some bit of gains in your portfolio compared to when we got into the first few days of November or the first week of November. There should be an improvement between that time and now. And we've been here trying to offer that stability for you, because you don't have to panic because the market went one way or the other. You've got to be intentional and stay patient, because you are actually on a long-term investment journey and not a short-term adventure. So always know that market declines are an opportunity to load up on the best quality stocks. Like I said the other time, if iPhone 17 Pro Max, for instance, is being offered by Apple at a discount, say what you should be buying for 2.4 million or 2 million, they are offering you at 1.7 million. You will rush in and buy that iPhone or whatever the item is that is being offered in the market as a discount. But when it comes to stocks, as they drop in value, you should see it as another discount opportunity. But no, the fear in man, inbuilt naturally, makes you want to run away because you feel like everything is getting lost. Then eventually, before your very eyes, that same stock that was offered to you at fantastic discounts rises back up and shoots over the roof, and then you begin to regret. So I train you to start seeing market declines as an opportunity for wealth transfer. Look for the best set of companies. It's happening now in the foreign markets, in the US markets. Very fantastic assets are trading at very low prices. And eventually, we will sort them out and deal with them. All right? So for now, as I attempt to round off the review of trading activities yesterday on the Nigerian exchange, Access Corporation led the volume chart with 310.25 million units, while Seplat led the value chart with 22.48 billion naira. Remember yesterday we were here while the trading was going on, and I made mention of some stocks that were receiving some serious attention by way of the volume of transactions being done. So 310 million shares of Access Bank were traded yesterday. The summary of all that happened yesterday is that the all share index is up 1.2%. Year-to-date performance is now back to 40.81%. Market capitalization has increased to 92.376 trillion naira. In case you need to understand what is market capitalization, very simple. The market capitalization is the current value of all stocks in a stock exchange. So for instance, all the stocks put together, the total number versus the total price per share, multiply them together, the total you get is the value of the entire market, which is called a market capitalization. Volume traded was 606.25 million shares, and the value of shares traded yesterday was 39.69 billion naira. So fellow Nigerians spent 39.69 billion naira in stocks yesterday alone on the Nigerian Stock Exchange. And this is why I always say, if you think you have money, come to the stock market. In one day, 39 billion naira was invested. That's how powerful the stock market is. And it's important you recognize that the rich invest, the middle class save, the poor spend. And in today's Nigeria, there is no more middle class because of how galloping inflation and devaluation of naira has wiped out the middle class. You are either rich or you are poor. What are we trying to do? We're trying to move from poverty to riches, because when you do what the rich does, then you get the results of the rich. Remember, I repeat, the rich invest, the middle class save, the poor spend. So wherever you are now doesn't matter. Do what the rich do, which is investing. And that's what we're trying to do with all of you. And then as a community together, we grow together, investing and getting the results of the rich. Top gainers yesterday, top 5. Dangote Cement gained 9.99% to close at 588 naira per share. NCR rose by 9.98% to close at 66 naira 10 kobo. International breweries increased by 9.66% to 11 naira 35 kobo. Livestock feed finally rose 8.33% to 6 naira 50 kobo. Dark Communications rose 8.14% to close at 93 kobo per share. And then the top losers yesterday were Ikeja Hotels, declining 9.92% to close at 28 naira 60 kobo. Legend Internet fell 9.91% to close at 5 naira per share. Living Trust dropped 9.78% to close at 3 naira 23 kobo. Wapik dropped 6.72% to close at 2 naira 36 kobo, and the FTN cocoa shed 5.1% to close at 4 naira 65 kobo. Sectoral performance yesterday saw the industrial goods sector climbing 4.3% to lead the sectoral performance, and stemming from the demand for Dangote cement. You know, we've been advising that you buy Dangote cement since it was around 400, went to 500, and now it's looking like it will rise to 600. Consumer goods went up by 1%, banking stocks went up by 0.19%, insurance 0.16%, and oil and gas 0.02%. Like I said earlier, Access Bank led the activity chart with 310 million shares traded yesterday. Zenith Bank followed with 40.33 million shares. Fidelity Bank ranked third after recording 38.17 million shares. FCMB and GTCO completed the top five with 21.139 million shares and 20.81 million shares respectively. So notice one trend as far as yesterday's trading activity is concerned. The banking stocks dominated the top traded volumes chart. Access Corporation, Zenith Bank, Fidelity Bank, FCMB, and GTCO. What does that tell you? Smart money is taking position in these bank stocks preparatory to the full year result that will be announced around February, March, and of course, with the dividend in sight. So individuals and corporate organizations are now putting in money to position to qualify for the dividends that will be announced. But before then, why they are taking position now is they want to take position early enough before the full year result is announced, because when the full year result comes out, stock prices will jump. By that time, they would have been in at the low price now and then made both capital gains and dividend income. But notice one trend. I've come to see in a couple of years that a lot of times when these companies announce their results, you notice that the prices don't jump too much again, because they've been jumping from January to February and then March when the results are now announced. So what really happens is those who are taking position now, these millions, hundreds of millions of shares being bought now, gets sold once the results are out. Because by their calculation, especially for short-term traders who go in with big money like this, what happens is they don't need to now wait to qualify for the dividend. They've made much more than the dividend in capital gain, so they sell off once the result is announced. That's why you see a lot of times banks announce fantastic results, the price is no longer moving again because it has moved very much between January and February. Get the point now? So if you understand this, you will know, okay, for these and these banks, they are my long-term dividend stocks. I don't care whether they drop or they don't move. As long as the time for dividend payment is concerned, they will get me my dividend paid. But for those short-term trading funds that got in, they will definitely get out because they are not waiting for dividends. If a bank is paying, for instance, GTCO comes out to announce 8 naira per share dividend. GTCO that they bought around 85 naira now, and then it rises to 100 naira or 110 naira by February, March. Of course, that's more than 20 naira gained between now and February, March. So such short-term funds will sell at 110 and take 25 naira or 20 naira per share gain rather than wait for 8 naira dividend to be paid. I like you to understand that this is how, so you don't get surprised when results are announced, wonderful, fantastic results, bank stock prices are still not moving. It's because most short-term money that got in are more satisfied with the capital gains made than waiting for dividends to be paid, because after dividend comes markdown, and so the stock price drops again before it starts dilly-dallying around whatever price it was marked down to and tries to find its way back up. I want you to understand these details because it will help in your decision making going forward, and you will not be confused also when you start seeing these things playing out eventually. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is how we start today's live stream, but please be informed the stock market is not a get-rich-quick scheme, so I'll advise that you stay patient and always invest intelligibly. Do not over spread your portfolio. Over diversification, and just one step at a time. All right, and build wealth, because that's what every winner in the stock market actually spent time doing their research, investing carefully, and staying patient, not panicking. Okay? All right. Welcome once again, and please be informed the opinions and views expressed here in this live stream are completely personal and not an investment advice. So everyone is advised to do their due diligence as we proceed. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you very much for the likes, the shares, the comments, the gifts on all platforms. You are most appreciated, and please go ahead and keep sharing this live stream as we make progress. By 1 p.m. Nigerian time, we'll be taking your comments until we close. But those comments, I'm talking about those calls, will be taken only on TikTok for now. So TikTok callers, get set to call in by 1 p.m. But for now, we proceed to taking your comments on the comment section. So keep it busy, and I'd like to give you an idea of how to successfully get your questions answered throughout the live stream, because the screen scroll on their own automatically. By the time I finish explaining one comment or the other, most of your comments would have screened off, scrolled off the screen. So what you can do is, when you type your comment, copy to clipboard and repeatedly paste those comments, so that along the line I can catch it as you keep pasting over and over. That way we work hard not to miss out on any of your comments. I'd like to introduce our live moderators. Maobi is ever present, Rehoboth ever present, Benita ever present, Luke also. On all platforms, they'll be moderating and responding to some of your questions. And so let's get going. Onimisi Mayaki on YouTube, thank you very much. Good afternoon. Victoria Osuji, thank you very much. Abimbola Ojo, appreciate you. God bless you too. Kamon Lo Figo, thank you so much. Very good afternoon. Kola Wole Samson, it's good to see you. Appreciate you all. Thank you for keeping faith with this movement, and I am confident that you will have no regret, but rather great reward for all your efforts in being a part of this and doing what we do. Okay? The Centiver says, Coach, please, Tantalizers, UPDC REIT, and Jaiz Bank. Which should I go for? Go for UPDC REIT. It's the strongest amongst them. And then the others, you can get back and get them any other time. Butch Ox says, good afternoon, Coach. Please, what's a good entry price for tip today? Permit me to now log into the system and see exactly what's available. Just a moment. Tip is on the growth board, and we go on to see. So for your information, the market is recovering a bit, and we may not experience that long dip experienced in November. Things are looking predictable now, waiting for the final last dip in December before Christmas, if it ever happens. If it doesn't happen before Christmas, then the market stabilizes and begins to find its way back up. All right, tip currently 11 naira per share. There are 1.4 million bids versus 1.1 million offers right now on the floor of the stock exchange. The highest bidder is at 10 naira 98 kobo per share. The lowest offer is at 11 naira, which was the last transaction done. So It's either you are buying immediately at 11 naira. If you put in a bid at 11, you buy immediately, or you stay patient and put in a bid at 10.90 or 10.98 and wait for sellers to offload to you, right? Real Jerry, very good afternoon to you. I'm glad to see you once again. Lakeside says, Coach, 500,000 units QTix to complete 1 million challenge and 100,000 tip offer. Is it a good decision? If you are doing both together, not bad. Very good decision. You see that QTix you see at 3 naira and looking like it's rejected. Very soon you will see it at 4 naira. So if you secure your 1 million shares, every 1 naira gain by that stock means 1 million naira in the bag. And that's the whole idea about the 1 million challenge. A stock that you own makes a huge move, you make good money at once. For instance, QTix has been trading around 3 naira up till yesterday, it closed at 3 naira per share. But right now, as I speak to you, it's at 3 naira 15 kobo. That 15 kobo on a 1 million shares holder is 150,000 naira neat profit. Now, should QTix pay 10 kobo, 15 kobo, or what have you, that means 100,000 or 15,000, 150,000 naira dividend. Should QTix grow to start paying 50 kobo per share dividend, that's 500,000 naira on your 1 million shares held. So that every capital gain or dividend payout makes much more sense. That is the brain, the reason behind the 1 million share challenge. Please, so we that bought way more than our rights to have a chance. Lily ones, I didn't get that. Looks like you are trying to complete a statement that you started earlier. Chiamaka, very good afternoon to you. Yomi, thank you so much for sharing the live stream. Really appreciate you for that. It's been a while. I hope you are doing fine and coping with the winter that is fast approaching. Hello, boss. I'm new, please. How can I buy directly from the Nigerian Stock Exchange? Okay, for the purpose of our learning, Father of Faith is asking, how can he buy directly from the Nigerian Stock Exchange? No one can individually buy stocks from the stock exchange directly. What you do is you register with a stockbroker. No two individuals also can buy or sell to themselves. They must do that through a stockbroker because the stock market is a regulated market that has dealing members of the stock exchange and licensed stockbrokers who broker deals. That's why they are called brokers or stockbrokers. So you have your stockbroker, I have my stockbroker. When I want to buy the stocks that you have, I go through my broker to place a bid. And if you have it for sale or any other person in the market displays such stocks, offers it for sale, then we go into a bargain. I put in a bargain price. If it fits anybody who is offering, they sell to me and vice versa. Okay, so that's the way it works. Step 1, get a stockbroker. Step 2, register your account, open your stock brokerage account, and then fund your account. Then step 3, get knowledge and invest wisely. That way, you begin to build your net worth. So what we are trying to do here, it doesn't matter at what level you are now, as far as you are interested and you earn money that you can put 10%, 20% aside from your income, then use that to start building a portfolio of stocks that will take care of you when you retire from working. Make sense? All right. So if you need a stockbroker, you don't have anyone you want me to suggest to you, send me a DM on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram if you do not follow, and then send me a DM. I will forward a link to you to open your brokerage account to get started, and you can invest from anywhere you are in the world. Nigerians in the diaspora, this is a chance to buy and sell stocks from wherever you are. So don't just work, earn hard currency and keep it in the bank where it does nothing for you. You have sweated for that money. That money shouldn't be lying down there. Let that money go and sweat for you. And then at some point, you will find out that the money sweating to make you more money for you means that you don't have to sweat for money no more. Make sense? Right. Keep your comments coming in. Adura says, hello, sir. What do you think about LLX shares? Well, I've said it over and over again. When LLX was 3 naira per share by this time last year, I was waiting to see what they are doing because there was nothing to show in terms of revenue and all that. But that stock moved. Perhaps people who knew what was coming were buying at that price, and then that stock moved from 3 to 6 to 7 to 10 to 12. Then we heard, oh, LLX has bought over an existing a Greek company that has vast land, both cultivated and uncultivated, in hectares. Is it hundreds of hectares or tens of hectares? And then I knew that all I was looking for regarding LLX business model is now complete. There's a revenue source, meaning income is there, profit will come, and then they also have plans to even expand the business apart from the original plan to do oil palm business, piggery, cassava farming, and all sorts of agricultural adventures. They now had an existing business to build on, to scale on. And that was how I made my decision to start getting into LLX. And I told you it was time. I could see what I'm looking for this time. So buy LLX, but stay long term, and then trust the system, the management, to be able to maximize the use of the money they are trying to raise. 250 billion naira offer is going on right now. And at the moment, it's looking great because LLX continues to do well, even in the market, despite the fact that the offer price in the public offer is around 13 naira, 12 naira 50 kobo. Right here, it's selling for 14 naira 68 kobo per share. And over 6 million shares have been traded of LLX. A lot is going on, and it's looking really very interesting. Okay. Morning, sir. Abolaji Fikayo says, what about Beta Glass? Can someone still invest by January? If you knew me, by this time last year, I was here seated, still talking to you like this. Beta Glass was 50 naira per share. Someone bought at 60 naira per share. That's not the Beta Glass I will be telling you to still buy, because there's something about when a stock is hyped. You know, everybody picks on that stock because it's done wonderfully well in 2025, from 50 naira to 400 naira before it dipped to 300 and something naira right now. Let's see how much Beta Glass is right now. So they have milked that stock dry. You will need a long time to benefit from Beta Glass from any movement that Beta Glass will do. For now, Beta Glass is in a struggle to maintain the 300 naira range. In fact, as I speak to you, I've just checked, and I can tell you Beta Glass is on full offer. Yesterday closed at 370 naira per share. Now it's 333 naira per share. Nobody is buying in the market. 224,000 offers, 0 bids. That should tell you that if you attempt to buy a stock like this now, you get stuck there endlessly, and you will have no idea when you will ever be able to sell or get out of the stock. The only reason why Beta Glass has not crashed to that 333 naira is because they've not done a bulk transaction of 100,000 units at once. And that's why in intraday it goes at 333, then at the end of trading it closes at 370 naira. So please, that's a serious discouragement from me as far as buying Beta Glass is concerned. I do not blame you, because most social media content creators around stock market performance, they will tell you, oh, Beta Glass has done very well. That thing coming from a point of not knowing exactly what has been going on in the market will drag so many innocent people into buying that stock. And I'm sure a lot of people are now stuck in Beta Glass because of those calls that they make on social media. Whereas what we try to do here, show you stocks that have great potentials to do great things in the future. going by what the prices are now, not what they have achieved. Any stock that has done such a run may not do nothing in 2026. It's possible, the company is fantastic, everything is good, but where is the guarantee that if you buy Bitter Glass at 300 and something naira now, it will get to 600 and something in 2026? No guarantees. As a matter of fact, holders of Bitter Glass are struggling to sell, no buyers as we speak. So these are normal things. It will take some time. So it's a more dangerous stock to buy now. Rather, go for the ones we're talking about. Good afternoon, Coach. You're always blessed, sir. Coach, please, price to enter UCAP today. Right, UCAP, another silent performer, bogged down by their 2-for-1 bonus given last year, but I think they are recovering very well. They closed at 16.95 yesterday, but it's 17.25 now. 3.9 million bids versus 1.2 million offers as we speak. Now this is looking like ideally I would have loved a price under 17 naira, and that was the closing price yesterday. Now we are seeing a lot of bids above 17. In fact, there are 397,000 bids from 17 naira and above. Whether it can drop to 16.95, which was yesterday's closing price, I really can't tell. But I think maybe to be conservative, 17 naira is a good bid price. If it doesn't work today, you put in that bid again tomorrow. Remembering also that Friday can come with its own dip, which could make it possible at that point. Okay, let's go on to YouTube and see your comments there. Kola Wole Samson says, good morning, Coach. God bless you, sir. What's your take on FGN savings bond as rates no longer looks attractive? Well, you said it all. For me, who used to see savings bond rates at 20% per annum, to now see it at 13, 14%, 15%, it doesn't look very attractive. But, you know, when it comes to bonds, the more the merrier. And that's why you would have noticed I do not hammer too much on bonds here, because what we are trying to do here is to grow the little we have. But if you want to really benefit from bonds, then you need much more money. For instance, if you have 1 million naira to invest in a 14% per annum yielding bond, you put in 1 million, what you get is 14% of that is 140,000 in one full year. Doesn't look interesting. The wise thing to do is to put that money in the stock market that can grow your capital faster. So when you build using the stock market vehicle and you have sufficient capital, you do not want to risk too much of it anymore, then you start investing part of it into money markets, bonds, treasury bills, and all that. But that same 14% that fetched you with 1 million, 140,000, one full year. If someone who has 100 million comes in to invest in that same 14% bond, what that 14% will fetch them is 14 million naira a year. That's why I say the more the merrier when it comes to bonds. So if you do not have bulk money for that, then the wisest thing to do, instead of tying down 1 million only to get 14,000, 140,000 at the end of the year, it's better you grow that money using the capital market. I hope you understand that now. So that's the point. It's no longer attractive for me, but could be attractive for those who have bulk money and do not want to take any much risks, right? Okay. Some of the comments on YouTube seems to be disappearing, but never mind, we make progress. Okay, I can see them now resurfacing. Good afternoon, Coach. Well done for the consistent good job you are doing. Abubakar Idris, thank you very much. Coach, is there any reason you didn't add to your initial UBA holdings over the years? Nice question there. I keep seeing, that my entry price for UBA, I've always said 7 naira per share. I bought sufficient. It's just like now we're doing 1 million challenge. You are accumulating 1 million UPDC REIT and so on. There comes a time when you can't add to it because it's become too expensive, more than 3 times how much you bought it initially. And because you have sufficient volume, you're not attracted to it. Rather, you want to use the limited available funds to invest in other prospects. That's the whole essence of continually following up market developments and trends, because the market continues to offer you opportunities as long as you are there. All right. So instead of me to go and keep buying UBA at 36.48 naira per share, something I bought 7 naira per share, I would now look for another candidate who will do a UBA for me, who will do a NACO for me. It's just like asking me, why didn't I continue to buy NACO after buying initially at 9 naira per share? I told you that story also about NACO. 3 years ago, I bought at 9 naira. After targeting it for so long and eventually making an entry at 9, it dipped to around 7 something. Initially, so this is to let you know that you bought a stock and then it dipped does not mean that anything is wrong with you or that you will never make it in the stock market. We all experience these things. The point is, if you invest in a very good company, there is no need to fear or worry about what the outcome will be. Maybe someone just decided to be irrational at that time or desperately in need of money and decided to come into the market to sell down that particular stock below your entry price. It doesn't change anything about the fundamentals of the company, so you don't worry. Just give it time. So a NACO I bought 9 naira that dropped to 7. Unfortunately, when it dropped further, I didn't have capital to buy more, but I just sat it out. Within 2 months, not up to 3 months, it jumped back up to the 9, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 80, 100. As we speak, NACO is 100. So it's almost like asking me, why are you not buying more NACO now? Because something you bought for 9, you're now buying at 100. But interestingly, I bought some NACO this year at 117. You see the point now? So different strokes for different folks in the end. Thanks, Coach, for this response about your UBA and NACO. It gives me some great clarity. All right, that's coming from K Banks. Thank you very much, K. Coach, I have 1 million naira. I want to use it in April next year, but for now, what shares can I buy and hold through these 4 months so I can take advantage of the full year result and dividend? One good stock that promises great returns right now, as we saw yesterday, is UBA. UBA at 36 is a good stock. The only drawback is by the time they finish their rights issue, more stocks will be added to what's existing. But even at that, we're looking at an earnings per share of 22 naira. That's a whole lot. That means UBA can comfortably pay up to between 5 and 8 naira per share final dividend. You know what that will do to the stock price? Boom, all the way to 50 from your 36 that you bought, at least minimum 50 naira per share. By the way, the offer price for the rights issue is 50 naira. And yet on the floor of the stock exchange, it's selling at 36. So there's no way UBA will not manage to hit 50 naira. So that's a safe place to put the money, and you are sure it's not just a penny stock as well. So the capital is preserved until April. You may not, however, have to wait till April, because sometimes most of these stock prices peak around February, March. So you may want to sell early enough at the peak before it starts dropping. I've given you an instance of why a lot of bank stocks, when they declare their final dividend, price doesn't move again. That's because the market has already priced in the final result between February and January and February rallies that always happen every year. So those who bought in around December now will eventually be selling around February. So you will find that the price doesn't really move much because they prefer the much gathered capital gains to waiting for dividend payment. You get the point now? All right, let's keep going. Good day, awesome coach. Packwell, thank you very much. Good day, awesome you as well. Joy Amadason says, good afternoon, coach. Please, which would you advise between USC or UBA for me to buy today? Let me clearly explain this. USCN may not be able to pay much dividend yet because they have done a whole lot over the years trying to build their general reserve, which eventually helped them. You remember how they suffered rejection by the market? Around January, February, when they eventually announced their results, from an earnings per share of 4 naira, they paid, was it 60 kobo per share as dividend? It was crazy. The market began to dump. But the market forgot that the retained earnings was a serious fundamental move, which eventually saw to them also part funding the acquisition of Chi Limited today. So I will not be surprised if USCN doesn't pay too much dividend. But again, they can. Why? Because they will still make more money now, and they'll be able to now pay comfortably, having funded this final deal. So, but if you are sure that you prefer dividends, then UBA is the best choice. All right. Good afternoon, coach. This question is for Atlas Portfolios. Have they ever considered creating virtual accounts to fund their clients' accounts? This will ensure timely funding of their accounts. Oh, my big bro is here, and he's the one asking that question. Senior bros, thank you for joining once again. Ladies and gentlemen, my coach is in the house. If you have a coach that doesn't have a coach, then there's a problem somewhere because there's no history. All right. Actually, I've personally discussed it with them to do automated payment receipt system. I think they are working on that. Maybe I'll ask further questions about that. Okay. So that's about that, because they really need to upgrade to that extent so that there's no confusion and delays when it comes to confirmation of deposits and transfers. Everybody, welcome my coach in the house. I feel interestingly excited about this. I don't know, he doesn't have a TikTok account. Maybe he may find time to create TikTok account so he can talk to us one-on-one. One of these days we'll do the call-in and then we'll talk, because I don't know how to, I don't think we have a system where we can call in from YouTube at the moment and hear ourselves. So you're going to hear insights back in the days when we started investing and there was no internet. So there was no question of having your investment portfolio as they summarize it these days. You just go and then click run, and then you see a PDF statement of your portfolio valuation. No. Those days, we used to have notebooks, right? We'll take notebooks and pencil and meter rule, and then we create columns and put down dates. Today is what? 3rd December. 3rd December, 4th, 5th, 6th. And then create columns, write down each company name, write the number of stocks, and then have a calculator every day. What we do when the newspaper for the day comes, because today's newspaper will be showing you yesterday's closing price. You can't know what's happening in the market today until tomorrow. So we use the newspapers of today to now put down yesterday's prices. So we manually enter every bit of prices per stock, use the calculator to punch them to know our net worth. as far as the investment is concerned. So when I told you on graduation, I was worth about 500,000 naira in stocks. I had the records. I wasn't making it up. That was how we were keeping the records from the word go. Interesting, isn't it? Okay. So when we have the opportunity and the privilege to hear from him live, he will be giving us one or two insights as well, because that, my elder brother, is my coach. Man, it's been on and on. Maybe God was preparing us for you people, and here we are today. 3,940 something members of Net Worth Investors Club on Discord app, cutting across Nigerians abroad and in Nigeria, and some foreigners. Ladies and gentlemen, we are a wealth movement. We can only get better. Maobi says, man, investing must have been really difficult then. Very difficult, bro. Very difficult. You have to keep track of everything. There's no, oh, they paid my dividend into my account. I didn't even know. I didn't receive a lot. Just like we experienced with the last dividend from Aradel. Most of us didn't receive a lot. When we started hearing checking statements, we now saw that the money dropped. There was no alert, nothing. You will go to the post office to pick up your dividend warrant and pay into your account yourself. And if it does not arrive, there's nothing much you can do. If the mail postman fails to pick up, or it drops along the line where they are sorting out, that's it, until further notice. So what a period to actually be alive. Things are automating very fast, and we are seeing a whole lot of progress. So when I see people getting agitated, oh, I started to open my account, they are wasting time, you haven't seen anything yet. That is not to condone inefficiency, right? Because the only way the market will continue to grow, right, is when it gets even more efficient and it becomes easier for diaspora Nigerians and Nigerians here and even foreigners to invest easily. Today, we are now able to invest in the foreign markets because of efficiency. The world truly is a global village, and you need to take full advantage of it. Okay? E is asking, says, good day, coach, Presco or Okomu? Well, as far as fundamentals and future growth is concerned, Presco is the clear leader there. Just take your eyes off the price per share. You are looking for top quality amongst the two, Presco anytime, any day. Let me also remind us, Okomu is the older player there. There was no Presco when Okomu was competing with the likes of Okitipupa Oil Palm before Okitipupa got delisted from the NGX to the NASD. Then Presco came into the scene, modern technology, new ways of doing things, everything automated, and they began to grow. It took time to catch up with Presco per share wise in terms of price. Took years. And so that dominance that Presco now displays continues to be there, following the acquisition of the oil palm company in Ghana. Don't forget also, Presco has a rubber plantation in, is it Akwa Ibom or Cross River? I think it's in Akwa Ibom. So these companies are well diversified and continues to make inroads into other markets. So that move in Ghana means Presco has positioned itself for foreign exchange revenue. That is, they will be earning USD, and that will do a lot to their bottom line. Let me inform you, Presco is on the road to doing 100, I think they did 100 Naira earnings per share for 2024 financial year, if I'm not mistaken. If I am mistaken, then the full year earnings per share for Presco 2025, they should be making more than 100 Naira earnings per share. That's huge. That's massive. All right? Okay, Hack 6 says, you make me remember the day of buying stock watch newspaper just to know the previous daily price. Man suffered that year, 2007. Oh yes, stock watch. That was very hot. And you know what? Stockwatch didn't even have so much coverage, but it was really interesting. And for those who understood, because not everybody was doing stocks then as well. These days now, social media and digital platforms have helped to make it very, very easy to know about these things. Olusegun Adebayo, thank you very much for joining on Facebook. Says, please, I want to start investing in Nigerian stocks. Which stockbroker can you advise me to start with? Okay, I would like to respond to this. Send you a link. Olusegun, just follow me on Instagram. Send me the request, and I'll forward the link to you. A beautiful afternoon to you. Thanks for sharing your time with us. Dapo Adeyinka, thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate you for keeping pace with this live stream. Finally, Ella Lakes is selling for around 1250 kobo. Can someone invest in it? Please go ahead, buy it, but make sure you are investing long term. All right? If you are going in for the long term, I'm talking to Takpo Adeyinka, then you can proceed, because this morning on the floor of the stock exchange, Ella Lakes is selling at 14 naira 65 kobo. So if you buy the public offer at 12 naira 50 kobo, you are more than 2 naira up per share as far as capital gains is concerned. Good afternoon, coach. So glad I caught this live. More grace and strength. Brenda Igoroje, thank you very much. Glad to be with you here also. Collins Izuchukwu says, good afternoon, coach. Interested to invest in stocks, but I have zero knowledge about it. Can you put me through, sir? Very simple. When you buy stocks or company shares, you are buying a part of the company, meaning you become a part owner of the company. That's why when they pay dividend, you also benefit. So dividend is declared per share. If you have 100,000 shares, the dividend declared per share times the number of shares you have becomes your own dividend gross. 10% withholding tax will be taken off automatically. That has been on for long. Right from when we started, it's been there. The balance drops in your account, net dividend. So you are being a part owner of the company as the company continues to create value, because when you invest in stocks, you are not, it's completely different from, what do I compare it with now? It's completely different from Forex trading or cryptocurrency, because those are digital assets that you can't see, right? But in this case, you are investing in a company that exists physically, employs labor, manufactures or renders services. So that value they create is paid for, and it comes into the company's hands in the form of revenue generation from where profit is made. So being a part owner of the company qualifies you to share in the profit that is made. That's why when you're looking at a financial statement, dividends are paid from the profit after tax. Now, what we do here is to guide you to ensure you don't invest in loss-making companies. And even if they are loss-making companies, we are saying invest in, we are saying so because there is a chance that things are turning around, the company is becoming profitable, and it's early days to get in at a very good price, so that you position for both capital gains and dividend payouts. So when you invest in a company, as they keep creating value over the years, the price per share also increases, so that a stock you bought for 5 naira 5 years ago could now be selling for 10, 15, or 20 naira today. All the gains you make becomes yours when you sell, and all the dividends you keep paying, as long as you don't sell the stock, you will keep collecting dividend annually. Some companies pay dividend 4 times a year, some pays twice, some pay once a year. So that's the way it works. If you want to know more, just follow me on Instagram, send me a DM requesting for the beginner's guide, and I will give you step-by-step details with links to watch that beginner guide video, open your brokerage account, and join the Net Worth Investors Club on Discord app, all for free, because We are a wealth movement, happy to give back to society, having benefited from this knowledge and what the market has done for us. All right? So that's the way the market works. A good understanding of what you are doing will save you a lot of mistakes. And of course, being in a community like this helps you. You ask questions, you get responses very fast on the group. And then, of course, market trend, market information, because investing is seriously driven by information going on in the market. The market is very dynamic, so you need to be in a circle where they discuss market trends and analyze companies. That way, your investment decisions are well taken and positions you to achieving your investment goals, right? Can you give us latest share price of these companies? Okay, that's coming from Dakpo again. What companies are they? Transpower. I'll go on now to see exactly at what prices these stocks are selling. Transpower currently down from 307 naira to 276 naira per share. The other one is Geregu Power, FCMB, Chams. All right, Geregu Power is at just give me a moment, I've got to scroll all the way up. Geregu Power is at 1,027 naira, down from the 1,141 it used to sell for as far as yesterday's closing price is concerned. Chams is now at 2 naira 95 kobo, down from 2 naira 94 at the moment, down from 2 naira 95 kobo. First Bank and Wema, the last two on your list, go down to Wema. Wema is at 18 naira 20 kobo, 5 kobo less than the 18.25 it closed yesterday. And then First Holdco is at 31 naira 60 kobo, up from the 31 naira 5 kobo it closed yesterday. Ladies and gentlemen, TIP is now down to 10 naira 90 kobo. I've now had to contend with a whole lot of comments, so you've got to bear with me. I'm responding to comments on Facebook, responding to comments on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Not an easy task. You know, hello coach, I'm in Europe. I need your mentorship. How can I get your contact? Samson Kolawole, very simple. Send me a DM on Instagram and I will give you step-by-step guide to get started right away. Okay. My Instagram handle is at wealthcoachomiete, at wealthcoachomiete. Good day, coach. Oh, that has scrolled past. Okay. Maisie Kennedy says, if you are to make a stock purchase choice, which among the three companies will be your first choice considering insider trading and other factors? Well, I make my stock purchase decisions purely based on, first, the fundamentals, because I'm a long-term investor. Number one on your list is Aradel, number two, UAC, and number three, Sterling Financial Holdings. First, they are all in three different sectors of the economy. Aradel is in the oil industry, UACN is in the fast-moving consumer goods sector. Sterling Financial Holdco, which is Sterling Bank, known as Sterling Bank, is in the banking sector. The best I will go for on that list is the number one. In fact, I will go for them in the order that you have listed them. Aradel, my first choice, UACN, second choice, Sterling, third choice. Remember, I promised to do a video about Aradel. A lot of people do not know what is in that stock yet. They will find out maybe when the full year result of Aradel is out and the two assets they acquired along the line within this year is in the books. Okay, someone is making a very great point there. Nkata somewhere says, hello coach, it's often difficult to find key valuation metrics like PE ratio, price to book ratio, PE, price to earnings growth, and oh, your comment has scrolled away. And other KPIs for Nigerian stocks on most brokerage platforms. Why is this data not readily available for the NGX? And what reliable sources can individual investors use to access these metrics for proper stock analysis? You can get some of these from websites like investing.com. Take note of that. www.investing.com. Then also, InfoWire is another website you can get some of these fantastic KPIs from. Then most importantly, go on the NGX website to be sure, because most of these sites may be giving you delayed data, and you want to really cross-check with current status. Then you go on the NGX website and get the quarterly results of these companies to work out all of these metrics to be sure you are working with the right numbers. Okay. Ganiyu Alasa says, good afternoon, coach. Is Abe Building PLC and Living Trust Mortgage Bank PLC a good buy for long-term goals? Well, Abe is under suspension from trading because they are going to be doing a share reconstruction and eventually come to the market for offers. I do not think personally that they are the best investment choices in the market right now, but they could have long-term prospects as well. Am I the only one experiencing network issues? Shark, I don't think you are the only one. Is it advisable to buy 1 million UPDC REIT at once at Debayo Olu? Secondly, should I split it between UPDC and UPDC REIT? If you are going for UPDC REIT, go for it now. You don't have to split it. And yes, it is advisable to make it your 1 million challenge now. UPDC REIT used to sell as high as 9.45 naira. It's selling at a massive discount at 6.75 naira right now. And of course, their dividend history shows they paid dividend twice. Total dividend paid this year is 52 kobo per share. That's a whole lot for a 6 naira per share stock. So if you accumulate 1 million shares and they repeat that 52 kobo per share dividend next year, that means every time they pay such amount, 50 kobo alone is going to be mean 500,000 in the bag as dividend from that stock alone. And then as they keep creating value, like I explained earlier, and grow the dividend payout to 60 kobo to 70 kobo, it means 70 kobo times 1 million shares is 700,000 naira neat. The day they pay up to 1 naira per share, it means 1 million naira dividend neat, right? Just the same way NACO from 2 naira 5 years ago was paying 15 kobo, then 30 kobo, then 45 kobo, then 55, 60, and as we speak this year, NACO paid 5 naira 90 kobo per share dividend. So a stock you bought for 2 naira 5 years ago is now paying nearly 3 times the price you paid for that stock as one-off dividend. So if you had 1 million shares of NACO, 5 naira 90 kobo means 5.9 million gross dividend before 10% is taken out. This is the whole idea of the 1 million shares challenge. You get the point now? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, 1 p.m. is upon us when the lines will be open on TikTok to take your calls. Get set as we make further progress. But let me take some comments here on YouTube. I saw new products from UACN yesterday. The company is really good. Coach, you really understand their fundamentals so much. Kudos, coach. Thank you very much. Kende Akinawo. If you want to get a little sneak review of what UACN is going to be becoming from next year onwards, take a look at that video I shared on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. I should share that video very soon as a short on YouTube as well. Good day, please. Can you share with us your stock strategy that keep you winning for years? Was Maxino. Very simple. Invest fundamentally, stay patient, and compound. Very simple. We try not to make it difficult, Don't buy companies you don't understand where the rally is coming from. There are companies like that, a lot of companies like that. Yesterday I was talking about, where's that company again that was doing 80 naira per share? Is it NSL Tech or one of those companies? Or Unicell, one of those companies. NSL, I think it's Unicell. Unicell is flying 18 naira per share or something. No fundamentals to really justify that price. I will be excited if I have it, but I will be selling immediately. But to now go and start pursuing such a stock, that is a disaster waiting to happen. So you don't pursue after trends. You invest in undervalued stocks and stay patient for the market to now come back to reward it by revaluing it. I'll give you a few instances. It was just a year ago, we were here talking about Presco at 450 naira. It sounded expensive, but where is Presco 1 year after? It has added 1,000 naira per share. Did we know that it will add as much as 1,000 naira per share? Never. If I tell you that, I'll be lying to you. There's no need lying. But you follow this procedure of investing long-term in undervalued stocks, then time and patience will reward you bountifully in the end. That's what it is. So we're looking at a stock like UACN now, still at 78. Remember, I was still saying at 58, UACN is cheap. Now it's 78. Within 2 weeks or 3 weeks, it has added 20 naira. But that's not the long-term valuation of UACN. We are here talking about Dangote Cement. It was 400, then it climbed to 500. It's around 500 and something. It wants to get back to 600 and above. So patiently picking these stocks, accumulating as much as your finances can allow, and staying the course is what keeps you winning all along. And then, of course, compounding your dividend. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, the phone lines are now open on TikTok. We'll go there and start taking your calls. We have Reach Forever. It's going to be our first caller. Please keep your environments quiet. We want to have a clean, clear conversation and let everybody enjoy the discussion. You have your contributions. Keep your comments still coming in as we enjoy today's live stream. While we are waiting for connection, I take on another comment right there. Enoch Kilanko says, good afternoon, coach. Thanks for the good job you are doing for mankind. Is it advisable to sell UBA and buy Aradel? Thanks and God bless you. My first question would be, why did you buy the UBA in the first place? If you have a reason and it is fundamental, then stick to that UBA, look for money for Aradel. But if you feel, in spite of your original reason of buying UBA, you still prefer that it's Aradel you are holding in place of the UBA, fantastic. Why? It's a worthy sacrifice considering the value in Aradel. Aradel, fantastic value. Just wait. I will soon release the video on Aradel so you have a good idea. Okay? And then as far as dividend cash flow is concerned, they are very similar. UBA pays twice a year, Aradel pays twice a year. So easy choice. You can go ahead if you satisfy yourself with not having to have it anymore. J Ace, next caller.
Hi, coach.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Good afternoon. Loud and clear.
Good
Your
afternoon.
name and where you're streaming from, please.
My name is Jace. I'm streaming from China, Shanghai to be in particular. Coach. Thank you for everything you've done. The wonderful advice and many other things. I've got a question. I've got one choice. Is either to top up Aradel, Guinness, GTCO, or NIDF today.
The most likely to run away from your hand and become more difficult to get has to be Aradel. So go with Aradel now.
All right, because I have like 2,000 shares, so I just want to top up a few thousand more.
Please
all right,
do.
all right. Okay.
Thank you.
That's all from me.
All right.
Have a great day.
And you too. Okay, someone is asking a very important question there. Omenyuro Esther says, hello, Coach. I'm at GRA trying to locate AfriInvest office. Please help me. Just find your way all the way to Bongavilla, right? You know Casablanca. After Casablanca is Bongavilla. From GRA, you find your way in there. And then almost directly opposite Bongavilla, you will find AfriInvest office. AfriInvest has deliberately not put out a very conspicuous signpost. So that's where they are. Thank you very much. Next caller is Jumi. After Jumi, we will be speaking to Godwin Okumbo. Dapo is asking, says, please, can you share your Instagram handle? Okay, I'll do so right away. Dapo, are you there? Okay, Dapo, if you can see the comments on Facebook, that's my Instagram handle shared right there at Wealth Coach Omiete. Godwin Okumbo, next caller.
Good afternoon, Coach.
Good afternoon. Please, your name and where you're streaming from, and kindly raise your voice.
Okay, thank you. My name is Godwin Okumbo. I'm calling from the United Kingdom.
Thank you very much, Godwin from the UK. Go ahead.
Thank you very much for this wonderful work that you are doing for humanity. God bless you richly, sir.
Thank you so much. God bless you too.
Yeah, a quick one. I don't know if Atlas is in the house because in my dashboard, I can see the total bid and the offer bid. So I don't know if probably there's something I need to navigate to be able to be assessing. The only thing I do got is the real-time prices of shares. But when it comes to offer and bid quantity, I can't really assess it.
Okay, I guess, have you ever seen the video on how to navigate the site?
No.
All right. The best thing for you to do now is to send me a DM and forward the link to you. The bid and offer status for each company has to be searched for by yourself. Are you before your screen? I could also give
yes,
you
I'm right in my screen. Yeah. Anytime this program is small, I log in and start monitoring everything you are telling us here.
Okay, no wonder you want to also start seeing the bid and offer status. All right. Mention a company you are interested in that you are seeing before you right there. Let me give you a direction. UBA. Okay.
Yeah.
Beside the company name UBA, you will see a tiny, almost unhighlighted arrow. Can you see an arrow pointing downwards beside each company name, this time UBA?
Okay, let me see. UBA. Okay, I'm only seeing the search bar plus by minus C. Is that what you are referring to?
I don't even know where you're looking from now. How did you find UBA?
I'm directly at the dashboard. Then I went to the market
view, right?
Was it for market view? Yes.
Then you are on premium now, right?
Yes, I'm on premium.
Now look at that UBA. Slowly run your eyes between the UBA and the ref price. There is one small arrow pointing downwards, triangular arrow.
Yeah. I've seen it.
Click on it.
Okay, I've done that, sir.
You will see buy, sell, market orders, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Move
Yes,
your
sir.
cursor to market order. Don't click here. Just move the cursor to market orders. Are you there?
Let me see. Okay, yes, I'm there.
Click on buy order. Click now.
Okay, sir. It's in. Oh, wow.
Wow. You've landed where you want.
This is wonderful. Thank you
Godwin
very
is so
much.
excited now. So you can see
Thank you,
there
thank you.
12.9 million bids for UBA, 6 million offers. So the blue column is for bids, the pink column is for offers. And then you can now see the highest bidder is at the top, 38 naira 95 kobo. And then the lowest offer is also at the top.
Bottom. Yes, sir. Yes,
Great.
sir.
Thank you very much.
God bless you. Thank you very much.
Next caller shall be Ikem Benzoic. After Ikem, we'll be speaking to Queen Ashabia. Vivian Yomonisi says, Coach, you are the best. See how you are making him blush. Honestly, he got so excited. Hello, good afternoon.
Coach, good afternoon. Ikem Benzoic from Northland, Norway.
Ikem, you are welcome, Biko. Go ahead. He laughs.
Okay. Coach, do you know since 5 days now, they haven't sold this FTN cocoa for me?
Sold. That is sold to you.
Yes, I've been trying, I'm even angry and tired. At the end, you told me to buy 200, and I have been doing this thing. I've been doing this thing for a long time. Now I got angry and placed 1 million bid at once immediately. I don't know if you can see my bid. I placed 477.
You have raised the price of FTN cocoa. Yesterday it closed at 465. Now it's at 490.
I placed 1 million at once. Let me get this thing done and dusted and move into UBA. This thing is wasting my time,
Now, there's another thing you need to get from here. You need to find a way to be patient with these things. If you want to go in at a fantastic price, you have to behave like a sniper. A sniper is what? Is one of the most patient individuals in the world. Your target is always discussing. They don't know what is happening. They're just moving around, and you are avoiding hitting any other person other than that target. So you will stay patient like a hunter, just waiting for the right time to strike.
So what do I do? Like I've been doing 200
Hold on. What price did you bid for? 477?
The first time I bidded 465, you told me 200. Then the other day I bidded 467, then 470, and they were not talking to me. then then I bidded. Now I got angry and said and bidded 470, and I put the whole 1 million at once and bidded 477. Can you see me there?
I can see you there. I can see you right there. Now they've sold some to you, about 60 something thousand shares, almost 70,000 to you. So you are the highest bidder right there on the bid column, 931,984 pending at 477.
Yeah.
And that has threatened somebody who jumped to go and buy at 490, which is the lowest offer at the moment. But it depends on what happens in the course of trading today. You should be confident that you can be sold to, because I'm seeing a single offer of 2.8 million shares at 5 naira and another 3.4 million shares at 5 naira 10 kobo. Those two could eventually become desperate to sell.
Yeah. So I shouldn't cancel it. No.
Well, don't cancel it so that you can rest. But don't be disappointed also if after they sell to you, price collapses to 460 or 450 again.
There is no problem. Exactly. So that is sold to me.
It's okay. So
it's for the long term, so it's okay.
It's okay. So these two may end up becoming desperate and they will rush to sell to you because yours is bulky and it's the highest. Because current status is 6.8 million offers versus 4.5 million bids. You get the point now? So the pressure is on the sellers.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I'll be patient. Then let me not talk about UB until this one is done then. All right. What do you think, sir?
No problem. Keep your cards close to your chest.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Bye.
Welcome. Bye. Next caller, Queen Ashabia. Oh, wow. While Ikem was talking here, someone went and topped 4 naira 80 kobo on top of him. But that fellow is bidding for only 100,000 shares. So still nothing close to what others are, the sellers want to do. So Ikem, if you can hear me from where you are, somebody has gone to top your 477 bid and has placed a 4 naira 80 kobo bid there, but just 100,000 shares. So there is no contest there. Good afternoon, coach. Please, what's the proper name of Atlas on iPhone app? Bishop Dr. Olawale Ayebusi. Atlas is not on app. It's a web portal and not an app. Okay, I think we missed that call, didn't go through. So next set of callers we shall be entertaining. Sorry, the last caller who asked if Atlas was in the house. They are not in the house today. They've been in the house in the last 2 days, but today, while you were asking, I checked, they are not in the house. So we can't have them speak to you for now. Next set of callers, Gerald, E, and Zaramon. Gerald, E, and Zaramon. Coach, UACN, can we buy now at what price, coach, or to what? Geo. Let's see what UACN is going for at the moment.
Hi, good afternoon, coach.
A very good afternoon to you. Please, your name and where you're streaming from.
So my name is Gerald, and I'm calling from Canada. Coach, please, I wanted to find out when is the best time I can call you, because what I wanted to discuss is not something I can bring up in the open place at the moment, unless if nothing is done. If nothing is done about it between myself and Atlas.
Okay.
So I wanted to talk about it privately.
Talk about it at 3 p.m. today. Is that okay?
Okay, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Next caller, E, and then Zara Mom, stand by. Coach, I still wait for pizza to drop under 38. Lily wants interiors. Okay, at this point, what I can advise is decide to buy half at 39. Let's see.
Good afternoon, coach.
Good afternoon. Your name and where you're streaming from?
Emmanuel, I'm streaming from Lagos.
Emmanuel from Lagos. Thank you for joining. Please go ahead.
So, coach, well done. I want to commend you for all you do.
Well done
on this space.
For calling in.
So, I've been confused on this thing. I have like 4M that I want to swing trade, but this money I want to use it end of February, and my purchase for this year I want to close it by next week because I don't have anywhere I'm expecting fund. I'm dry up. There are too many bargains in the market, so I've dished out all my money there. But this money I want to let me even be open to you. I want to get an inverter with it, but I want to take chance in the market. Let's say maybe end of February I can wait and get what I want to do. I just need your recommendation. 4M.
The banking sector, not bad, but let's see. Let me take a look again on the board to see possible. So what will give you money between now and February ending should be a stock that has done well up to the third quarter results and promises to pay dividend around April. Now that end of February is the period when results are expected. Banks actually have delays because of CBN regulation that their results must be approved by the CBN before announcement. So as far as results is concerned, bank results may not be out end of February, but banks also rally around that time. Now let's go ahead and see what other rallies can happen. UAC can still rally around that time.
Okay.
Aradel can rally, but how high can it go? We can't tell because it's such an expensive stock and you have a limited time. You don't want to go there. Dangote sugar could be an option. Tip could be another option. Tip at under 11 naira is a good one.
Okay.
Very good one. Tip under 11, very good, because I think tip ends up to 3 naira per share trailing 12 months or forward earnings. Hold on. Let's see. If you remember, a director of TIP bought 5 million shares at 12 naira. So I saw TIP under 11 today, 1090. I think that's a good one to lay ambush on. Oh, it's back to 1110. I saw it at 1090 this morning. And lay ambush on TIP, get under 11 and wait for the result to push it beyond, say, 15 or more. Yes.
Okay.
Trailing 12 months earnings per share, TIP is already up to 3 naira. Okay, in terms of earnings per share. So make up your mind from UBA, Fidelity Bank, TIP, UACN. Consider also the prices and how quickly each can grow your money. You know, a 600 naira stock cannot easily double between now and February. That's why we're leaving a stock like Aradel out. But a tip can easily move from 10 to 15. And that's 50%. You get the point now. So I leave you to do the rest. Thank you.
So tip, UBA, and any other?
Tip, UBA, UACN. You know, we're also trying to be sure of the safety of the capital. All right, so you don't want to double into penny stocks.
Okay.
All right. Thank
you very much, Coach. I call you my financial Spotify app.
Thank you very much.
I just put you on the go and continue my work.
Interesting stuff.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Cheers.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, good day, Ino Nodima. Thank you very much. Hi, Coach. I'd like it if you could share a list of your recommended shares that are currently undervalued in order for us to consider our portfolio growth. Thank you. Fortune, I do annual stock recommendations, and I haven't done the one for 2026. I will soon start working on that. But before then, I also review my stock recommendations for 2025, how it fared. I remember sharing with us, I saw the journal from my notebook in my phone, right? I saw that that list was prepared on the 3rd of January this year. So it will be nice to share with us. Hopefully, maybe tomorrow, if I remember to put it where I can see it and share with us the stock, the company name and the stock price per share for all of them, and then see how they compare as at now. Then, of course, this using the same method, I will develop my 2026 stock prediction, and it is purely based on first fundamentals up to third quarter results, how well they are doing. Why? Because if a company does so well up to the third quarter, you have only 1 quarter left before the full year results, and usually the full year result also comes out good, because one bad performance in 1 quarter out of 4 is not enough to rubbish the entire result. And then most likely the fourth quarter result complements the third quarter result by being also good enough. So I will do that, and usually I do that prediction on the first trading day of the new year. But I will now reflect the current prices of those stocks based on the last trading day stock price before my new stock recommendation for the new year is out. So we will share that video of how the 2025 prediction went. That's where I noticed, as at that January, Bitter Glass that everybody else was celebrating was on that my list, and as at the January it was already 60. But I know between November, December, while doing this live stream here, it was at 50 when I first mentioned. So there are so many other stocks there that have really done well. It would be nice to see. Okay, Zara Mom, next caller. Hi, Coach. What's the best price for Aradel today, or should I wait till Friday for a discount? Okay, let's see how much Aradel is selling for right now. Okay, tip is back down to 1085. 1085. Interesting moves there for tip. All right, let's see how much Aradel is for now. Aradel continues to look interesting. 680 naira per share. Good enough, fair enough. 427,000 bids, 2 million offers. Looks like the last call did not connect. We go on to the next callers. Next set of callers are this one with a love and an eagle icon. There's no name. I'll call you immediately. And then please stand by the following callers. Olanrewaju and Ernest Igugu. Stand by. Hello, good afternoon. Tell us your name and where you're streaming from.
Okay, my name is Joseph. I'm streaming from Benin.
Joseph from Benin. Thank you for joining. Please go ahead.
So I bought some stock months ago. So the stock is now gaining 50%. So I'm thinking if I should sell or I should still hold them.
It's gaining what?
50%.
50% in the Nigerian market or foreign markets?
Nigerian market.
What stock is that?
That big ETF.
Are you happy with your gain?
Yes.
Did you invest for long term, or you just wanted to take profit when it gains?
That is the problem. Maybe I don't know if the stock will go back down or will still increase. So that is what I'm asking.
Oh my God. You sound uneasy. You sound like you don't want to lose your profit and so on and so forth. Well, usually you buy stocks having an investment goal in mind. But if you feel you are happier taking the profit because there's a fear that it may drop, then you can go ahead. Take your profit.
All right, thank you so much.
No harm in banking profits. Thank you. And 50% is quite sensible. Thank you. Glory Udume says, please, what's the best entry price for UBA? UBA around 36. Let's see how much it is. Oh my word. Ladies and gentlemen, UBA is flying. Yesterday at 38, now 39. 14 million bids, 6 million offers. A whole lot of bids at 39 and above. So you may want to make up your mind and be fast. I haven't even finished talking. UBA is climbing back towards 40. Next caller is Olanrewaju, right? Okay. Senior coach, welcome on board. Oh yes. I have 500K for FGS savings bond, but the interest rate is 2 years. Can I go for LLA's public offer? Laricious, you said the interest rate is 2 years. I don't understand that. That's the tenor. Maybe you are not happy with the interest rate. In any case, make up your mind. Your money will grow faster in stocks. The ball is in your court. That call didn't connect, so we go on to the next set of callers. Omo, Ode, Amarachi, Jennifer, and Kaftan. You are our next 3 callers. Keep your environments quiet. Let's do this. Coach, I still they wait for PZ to drop under 38. Lily ones, I was giving you an advice. Buying at 39 instead of the 38 is not bad at all. Worst case scenario, it's a 1 naira difference that cannot be as bad. You could decide to buy at 39 and close shop, or buy 50% at 39 now and then wait for whenever it drops below 39. At that point, you have no fears because you have bagged some, and then you move on. Worst case, if it jumps above 40 and never looks like it's coming back down to 39 from where you bought, you can average up the balance. At least it still forces your average entry down below whatever price higher than you bought. All right, next caller. Looks like the other one didn't connect as well. Amarachi Jennifer.
Good day, coach.
Very good afternoon. Go ahead, your name and where you're streaming from.
My name is Amarachi Jennifer. I'm streaming from Owerri.
Thank you, Amarachi, for joining. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, coach. Thank you so much, sir, for all you do for us. I don't think we have an amazing leader like you anywhere. Sir, please, I just have one question, because I was trying to go through the financial reports of some companies. And for a company like MTN, I'm seeing current ratio around 0.5. I'm seeing the debt to equity ratio around 10. And yet, people say this company is fundamentally sound. I want to know, like, is there a specific thing to look out for? Because these numbers are not okay. Like, comparing it, like, looking at it, it is not okay. So I want to know if there is a specific thing to look out for. Even I was looking at Zenith Bank, their free cash flow is negative, and I was surprised. So I just want to know if, like, I just want you to tell me if I'm wrong, or if there is something wrong somewhere, or if there's a specific thing to look out for.
Amarachi Jennifer, you are on fire. Now, when it comes to MTN is coming from a very terrible past and is continually getting better. If I narrow down to one particular metrics you were talking about, debt to equity ratio, you know, the higher the debt to equity ratio, the more dangerous it is for any company. The question is, while doing your valuation, how do you now determine if it is high or too high? High debt to equity ratio is anything greater than 1.5 or 2 is high. But we all know MTN is coming from a terrible past, like I said, where they suffered foreign exchange losses to the extent they could not pay dividend. If you understand from there, you will come down and see why also they decided to manage to pay 5 naira interim dividend, having not paid nothing the previous financial year. Plus, their usual interim dividend is 10 naira per share. So MTN is actually coming out from a problem. That's why the market repriced MTN. MTN is in my watch list for 2025. Then it was 170 naira. It was about this time, and I was talking about it. That MTN that sells for 400 and something today was 170 naira 1 year ago. So things are taking a new shape. So you will not judge MTN based on where they are now.
Okay, sir. Sir, what about this negative free cash flow I've been seeing, like in Zenith Bank, like for like a few years now, their free cash flow has been on negative. And I also checked for Jais Bank as well. It was also negative. So I want to know, is it because they are banking sector or something like that?
Where are you checking these updates from? Let me start from there.
Talkanalysis.com, sir.
Okay. Have you checked the annual reports directly from the NGX website?
No, sir.
Okay. It's very important.
Okay, sir.
Though a negative cash flow is not a good sign, but compare all banks. And that brings me back to what I was saying initially. How do you know when something is too high? You compare banks in the same sector and banks of the same category. Zenith, UBA, GTCO, Stanbic IBTC, those ones, First Bank, Access Bank, they're in the same category. Check each one's free cash flow. Then you can be able to tell whether one is terribly bad or not. Without a comparison, you can't really decipher how well one entity is doing. Do you get the point now?
Yes, I do. Thank you very much, sir.
Continue to be on fire.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Kaftan, next caller. Chris Ikworia says, good afternoon, coach. Would you recommend investing in sterling? I don't invest in sterling, and I usually hardly recommend unless people are really interested. And if you are very much interested, then 7 naira should be your maximum entry price. For me, if you ask me why I'm not interested in sterling, it's because I want to put the limited funds, investable funds available into investments that will give me the best returns, and sterling is not amongst the best. Right now, there's competition for my money, and so I'm looking for the best possible option, but of course, that suits my own investment criteria. That's why also, like I said yesterday, as our faces are different, so are our faces are different, so are our investment goals. So sterling doesn't fit into what I am looking for in my investments. Looks like the last person I tried to connect on call is not going through, so we go on to the next caller, and that should be okay. Olanrewaju is back. Let's see if we can reconnect with Olanrewaju.
Good day, coach.
Very good afternoon. Go ahead.
Good afternoon.
Where are you streaming from?
I'm calling from the United Kingdom, and I want to thank you for everything that you've been doing for majority of us. In fact, I don't even know how to appreciate since I joined your live or joined your sessions or joined your video, watching your videos. That should just be like 1 month ago. There has been an issue with my financial life, and what issue do I say is that because my wife keep complaining as well. If any kobo pass through my front now, coach is going into talks. So she's always afraid to allow money, especially the one we want to use for errands at home, to come to my side, because when I grab it like this, it's just to look into stocks. That is how hungry I am. So I've been doing something. I promised to be doing something rather, which I did in November. I got this federal government savings bond, 500,000 naira, and I was trying to do something like buy it and do it in 3 months, so that if I do this in 3 months, monthly, thereafter, their coupons will be paid. That will be coming in regularly monthly. When it comes in monthly, it's not that I have the idea to take the money and spend it. It's just to reinvest it. So it's not, there's no special attachment to the coupon. And this month, I'm trying to prepare to get for December, but I noticed that the interest rate is a bit down, a little low compared to that last month. So I kept thinking, why should I continue with this plan? Ella Lake's public offer is still on ground. Instead of doing this, I can just go ahead and get Ella Lake's public offer. I got tips. I think 100,000 units for tips, and so I'm now like, I'm not under any pressure to do these 3 months plans that I have, because even if I do that, at the end of the day, I'm not expecting coupon to be spending. I will still need to. So why can't I just go into Ella Lakes, because that will pay better compared to doing this federal government savings bond of a thing. So on that, I need your advice first.
Actually, you sound like someone who is on a mission for aggressive growth of your portfolio. And at the moment, bond rates are no longer attractive. The reason why we have sense is to use it to our advantage, not because they say investment is good, invest in bonds, invest in this. At what rate, sir? You will notice I've not been speaking too much about bonds.
Yeah.
The late Muhammadu Buhari's first tenure was when FGN savings bond was instituted. Then that government needed cash badly, and so they made the interest rate very attractive. And for that reason, I could enjoy investing in bonds, because rates were as high as 25%. Then it started getting lowered and came down all the way. From the beginning of this year, I started flagging it that bond rates are dropping. Anybody who is investing in bonds should do it and be done with. Now we are looking at 14, 15, 16%. It's no longer attractive. By the way, any bond you have locked in at a higher rate continues to run until the tenure elapses. In your case, you need aggression to grow your wealth. You don't need those bonds. Go into the stock market, take full advantage. When I advise people to invest in bonds, there are those retirees who have hundreds of millions and do not want to risk too much of it, because the little coupon you get from however small the interest rate is enough to fund your lifestyle. Then you go for safety and relax there with little or no ambition to overgrow the returns. So somebody who has 200 million, 500 million will receive fantastic, peaceful cash No issue about market crash or not. Safety of capital guaranteed. They can put it in bonds and go to sleep. But not us who are still aggressive, who still have fire in our belly to grow the funds. Right? So that's what to do, sir.
Okay, thank you for your assistance. And let me also thank you for, there was a time I sent you a message in one of your live about Atlas. I needed them to, I want to do some transfer of shares because some years ago, I bought some shares to some stockbrokers and later they went off market. But thank God with my global search with CSCS, it brought the list of those stocks I still have. And since then, I opened an account with Atlas, been communicating with them, sending mails, no response, but with your help, one day online, on live rather. So they've responded and they gave me details of things I needed. Unfortunately, one of the things they requested is this bank signatory something where I need to. Yes, but I contacted my bank, GT Bank. They said I must be in person before I can do that, meaning that I'm stuck at that level. I can't go further until I come back to Nigeria because my account officer keeps saying I need to be here live before I can pursue that. I can't do that online. So just to thank you that worked. And I pray God spare our lives because the mission on ground now is, aside the federal government saving bond that I shared with you, the mission online is, if not every week, minimum every month, investing 1 million naira into the stocks. And this will be from your idea, from your advice. God helping you, God spares your life. Thank you for everything. Thank you for your life. Thank you for guiding us on this. Do have a lovely day, sir.
Thank you very much. Olaniwaju, your wife may not really understand now, but later on she will, because in the end, it is happy retirement for both of you when this thing starts paying off. Right?
Exactly.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, tap from all of the lessons being shared and the ideas discussed and make up your own mind on what you are doing with your finances. I said it before, when I start hearing suddenly every money that comes into my hands goes into stocks, my wife is not understanding me anymore. I seem to appear to be more stingy now. Yes. Then I know that what we're doing here is really having an effect. Then I also know I'm listening actually to a very committed member of this club. If you have not had that feeling before, then you have been playing. But if you ever started thinking, wow, looks like I'm being stingy to myself, you want to do some things that will require serious finance and you are holding back for a while first, then I know that we are really making the impact we want to make. You know what? What you are going through is called delayed gratification. What delayed gratification will do for you is it will eventually offer you the opportunity to buy what you would have bought one-off and lost the money and not have any other money repeatedly over and over without losing any money. That's what delayed gratification can do for you. It could also step up your lifestyle. Where you wanted to buy a used car, delayed gratification can fast forward you over some years to start buying brand new cars without necessarily having to buy used cars. And it goes on and on and on. Where you wanted to buy a bungalow or build a bungalow, delayed gratification can empower you to the extent you are buying a duplex. It's that interesting. All right? So we are hitting our target. That's what it means. Next caller, Abayomi. Then we will be speaking to Hayatu and Mosh. Right? Okay, Abayomi, next caller.
Good afternoon, Coach.
Good afternoon, sir. Please, where are you streaming from?
Yeah, I'm streaming from Dubai. Thank you so much, sir. Just a question. I was expecting my Aradel dividend because I have two accounts. One was credited I mean, one was paid, but the other one, I was like, maybe it's a gradual process. Because since last week, I've not even gotten anything yet.
Okay.
Then I tried checking the registrar. I found out it's a coronation. Then coronation said I can only get the e-dividend form from SEC. But checking the SEC, there is no correlation on the SEC website. How do I go about this, please?
I think you should still give it up to 2 weeks. Dividend payment is still ongoing.
Okay.
And,
okay.
I'm sure you are qualified for the dividend. You've confirmed that qualification date versus when you bought, right?
Yes, that is done.
So give it 2 weeks before you make any moves.
Any moves. All right. Thank you so much, Coach. And secondly, please, I drop you a message on Instagram.
Okay.
I know you're going to see it maybe later.
Okay. Do me a reminder so it comes back up, just in case I've missed it on the long list of unanswered DMs.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much. Hayatu, next caller. Say, how can I transfer my shares from Bamboo to AfriInvestor? You must have an account with AfriInvestor and then email them after you have opened your account if you don't have yet, and request that you want to move your account from Bamboo to them. They will send you a share transfer form to complete, send back to them, the process goes on. Glory A is who I'm talking to. All right. Hayatu failed to connect, so we talk with Mosh. After Mosh, we'll be speaking to D. Lily One says we invest now and enjoy later. Yes, I can tell you a lot of things regarding delayed gratification. Honestly speaking, there were things I could not afford starting out, but they are just walkovers. What is the point of carrying you have 5 million naira? What is the point of going to buy one old used car for 5 million naira because you must have a car? There is no reasonable 5 million naira car anymore, no matter how distressed the seller is. All right? But you can grow that 5 million naira to 15 to 20 million naira, and out of the 15 to 20 million you grow it to, buy a reasonable 10 million to 15 million naira car comfortably, still having your 5 million. Do you get the point now? But you carry 5 million, buy problem, and then there's no money left to solve the problem you bought because you bought a rickety dead car. All in the name of you must buy a car now. So what we are doing here will flog that thing out of you. That is always putting you under unseen pressure that because money came today, you must spend it now. No, it doesn't work that way. You will never be able to build wealth that way. We are talking about growing what you have to the extent you comfortably use it. What is the essence of having a car? You can't fuel it. A lot of people are like that. The moment fuel jumps to 1,000 naira per liter, most people dumped their cars. As we speak, some people have sold off the cars. So why did you have the car in the first place? To embarrass yourself that you were once a car owner? All right, we have just 1 minute left, and I feel I should still take one more call. So who is that lucky caller? D is the next on the queue. Okay, Lily One says exactly what I didn't. Someone wanted to sell me a car, 3 million. She needed the money.
Hi,
hello.
Coach.
Good afternoon. Your name and where you're streaming from?
Okay, my name is Doreen. I'm streaming from Anambra State.
Doreen from Anambra, you are welcome. Please go ahead.
Okay. So, Coach, I started investing July this year, and I was on 5, and then there was a woman that was talking about investing in tip and everything. So I said, let me just try this thing. So I started now, and then as of today, my portfolio is like about 1 million naira.
Wow.
From July, and I'm actually a student, or a medical student.
Wow.
So yes, so my reason for joining this live, I wanted to ask you, I have some extra money I want to invest in tip again, because my goal is to have like 1 million naira in tip by next year.
Awesome.
So I wanted to ask if I should, because I already subscribed for the rights issue. So I want to know if I should subscribe for the public offer or I should buy on the floor. I don't know if I subscribe for the public offer, if they will give me everything I subscribe for.
You are most likely going to be allotted whatever you apply for from the public offer than if you apply for more than your rights even. So you have time on your side. You should proceed with the public offer and get as much as you can there.
Okay.
People they don't really allot much to those who are subscribing for tens of millions of shares, especially when the offer size is not big enough to accommodate too much. Those are the people they cut down from. So they cut down from the highest volumes before they trickle down to the lowest. So there is they could say, okay, from 1 million down, we won't touch, we will allot to all of them, because there is a regulation to also make sure there is a reasonable spread in terms of number of investors allotted. But do you know what? You are doing so amazing already.
Thank you, sir.
And you just started in July or in June. Listen.
I used to have a problem. Like if I save, the only reason I'm saving is so I can spend everything at once, and then there's a kind of excitement that comes in when you spend everything. So I used to have maybe a shopping addiction or something. But ever since I started investing, it has stopped. And I'm really grateful for that.
Awesome.
So,
that's the point. The priority is to reorganize your mindset and make it a financially winning mindset forever. Because you are going into medical practice, you will earn a lot of money. But I've seen retired medical doctors in penury, despite the wonderful field they found themselves. So in the end, it's not about what the salary you earn is. It's about what you do with what you earn. And I am even more excited for you because you just got to correct that mindset early enough, and now it is beginning to pay off. Suddenly, you will not just be all about spending and getting excited. You are also spending, and you are also excited you are spending. But this is the best way to spend, because you secure tomorrow. The things that begins to put fear in others doesn't know you anymore, because you will no longer be afraid of what the future holds in terms of your financial outcome. Why? You have inculcated the best habit as far as money management and investing is concerned. And I can tell when I see a rich or a wealthy mind from your habits. So congratulations.
Coach, it's all thanks to you, Coach. And I'm glad I found you at an early stage in my life. Like I'm 19 years old actually.
Wow.
I'm 19. So I could not even dream of saving even up to 200,000. But in less than how many months I was able to save all this money. I don't even know how. Like, I'm just so surprised. So thank you very much, Coach.
So I'm talking to a 19-year-old millionaire right now. Guys, are you seeing the impact?
Thank you, Coach.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Greater you ahead of you, okay?
Amen. Thank you.
Welcome. Bye for now. Ladies and gentlemen, another resoundingly interesting way to end today's live stream. 19 years old, already a millionaire, and there are fellow students of hers who have seen much more cash flow through them and are currently asking for urgent 2K. 19, 1 million. She has done better than me when I started. I told you on graduation, I was worth 500,000 stock portfolio, not 1 million. And I wasn't 19 when I graduated. That should ring a bell of who we just spoke with. She has just set herself up for the most financially blissful life she can think of, because with this mindset now, by the time she gets employed as a full-time medical doctor and whatever else brings her money, you'll be amazed what she will build out of it. You don't know what you are getting involved in. I am so comfortable, good a thing, I'm not greedy. I don't need the whole world. But nothing surprises me again as far as financial demand is concerned. Just imagine 19-year-old, already a millionaire. Take responsibility for yourself. Everybody get challenged. A 19-year-old student is challenging all of us here. You have been receiving salaries. What are you doing? Don't tell me your salary is not enough. It will never be enough. I've worked in the oil industry in Shell. I saw people earning 1.5 million. Back then, it was still not enough. This is where we break that code. You can't have enough. So to have enough, you must collect from what is not enough to start building so that it can be enough tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. It's already gone far past 2 p.m. our closing time. This is where we come to the end of today's live stream. I want to appreciate Maobi, Benita, everybody in the house, including my big bros, my own coach, and of course, everyone who has liked, shared, and everything. Take away this lesson from here. You don't need the whole world to start investing. It is what you do now that will determine what your outcome will be. And I can see, I know a success when I see one. Thank you guys. See you again tomorrow. Same time, 12 noon to 2 p.m. Nigerian time. Until we meet again, all those in Canada and the US, because of time difference, the video is on YouTube. Immediately we round off today's session. It will be there for the taking. Do as much as possible and enjoy the rest of your evening. Until then, see you again. Thank you so much. Apologies for those calls I couldn't take because of time and some of the comments I must have missed.